僕の今の気持ちを言っていいか。二人の気持ちは嬉しい。人生の幸運を使い果たしたって言ってもいいくらいのことだと思う。だからどちらか一人を選ばなきゃいけないっていう状況は本当に参ってる。二人のことが好きだからどうにか仲良くやれないかなんて考えたこともあった。でもそれじゃ
ダメじゃん。絶対ダメ。
だよな。どちらかを選ぶことは。
Love is Indivisible by Twins, episode 12. That's all she wrote. We have come to an end. And here's the thing. The ending, I don't want to take it away from the anime, whatever I say. The ending was adorable. It was a cute, adorable ending, but it wasn't good enough. And that's the main problem here is if you are somebody who has frequented the channel and maybe you haven't watched all my videos, but maybe you've come and you've watched reviews, or maybe you were here back in the day and you watched my reactions, and you're not here for everything, but maybe you watched, like, there's a specific anime you watched me for. Maybe I'm covering some niche or some specific anime that nobody else is covering and you come by the channel. Okay, regardless of whatever your experience is with moi, with Dom, with the very best in the anime community, hype me up. The thing that I always tout is I am a big believer in the viewer, the reader, the person enjoying the piece of media that someone else created is trading their money and or time and or both to watch or read said story. And I'm a big believer that that transaction needs to have a payoff, right? If I pay McDonald's $8 for a chicken nugget meal, the payoff is those damn chicken nuggies were really good, okay? That's the payoff there. I traded money for an item that was delicious. When we're trading our money to Crunchyroll or High Dive, or our time, let's say you're Luffy in the 7 seas and you're trading your time. Regardless, it's still an investment that you're trading to the author, creator, director, studio, whatever. And what you should get back on your investment of that is something satisfying. Especially by the end of the season, you should feel like, man, that was a good ending, or like, I can see that they're gonna get another season, but that was a good ending. I can't wait for more. You should never be feeling like, wow, I just wasted my whole time. There is no payoff. We started exactly where we ended. It was just a time waster. And there are anime that exist to just kind of exist, but they're still pretty entertaining. I think there are still some of those. I just don't think that this anime was it. So this takes us on a 12-month, or a 12-week, 3-month adventure into June and the 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐵 sisters, right? The Rumi and Naori. And the goalpost at the end of it should be June ripping his balls out and choosing one of these two girls. Or they somehow give you that anime flair. They sprinkle the anime salt on it, and then they give us both, okay? The fact that at the end of this, we didn't get anything satisfying. He didn't sleep with either of them. He didn't have, beyond kissing and some handhold, he didn't have any extraordinary experiences with either of these two. He didn't grow a pair of balls and pick one of them. He didn't find another girl. There was just nothing that happened in this show where you have to mark it as a complete loss and complete waste of your time. And although, like I said, I don't want to take away the fact that I thought the ending was still pretty cute and adorable, it just wasn't good enough. So you have Naori putting the moods and going as far as like being naked in the bathroom and trying to sleep with them. And he does, he runs away and he doesn't take advantage of that. And then on Rumi, he may have to be more of the initiator there, but she would probably be just as open to that. Now, I'm not saying go be a floozy doozy, but I think that he needs to, at this point in the game, I think he needs to push the boundary for both and then just decide on which one, what hole the snake fits into better, I guess. I don't know. But we just needed something as the viewer. I think if this episode ended and maybe he still wasn't able to decide, but at least he slept with Naori And that is now something that has really changed the way he's thinking about it. And maybe he's leaning more Naori, and it still ends with how it ended, but at least we had that satisfying. At least he did something with one of them. At least we can imagine or predict, or we can, self-write our own story that, okay, I think he ends up with Naori. He just now needs to figure out how to convey that to Rumi. Or maybe the opposite is true. Maybe he gets pounced on at the end at the campsite from Rumi, and whatever. At least we could have gotten something. But really, it just came down to him. They're at the camping site, and he talks to both of them. They both fight. They slap each other. They slap him, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't choose either of you, but maybe you both will be okay with it." And they're like, "No, absolutely not." Then he goes to the school, and they're like, "Oh, the club," and then it just ends. So overall, I would put this at a 6 out of 10. I think that it's not a complete and total disaster, but I do think it's mostly a waste of time. And I don't think the positives, I think there's maybe 2 or 3 positives of this show, but I think there's like a list of like 10 negatives of this show. So the positives really they lose to the negatives. There's just so many negatives of the show. And, just as a reminder, this show encompasses 3 genres: school, comedy, and romance. School, okay, it delivered on that. There was a lot of school stuff that occurred this episode, or these episodes. Comedy, I have to be honest, I don't think this was a really funny show. So I think it fails on the comedy aspect. And then romance, I mean, we got a little bit. I would say if you were to put it on a 1 to 100 scale, I think we got maybe 50%, 40% romance. So I think it by and large fails that. So it fails 2 out of the 3 genres that it's trying to be a part of. So if this anime, for whatever reason, gets a season 2, I wouldn't watch it. And I think that means that the show isn't very good. That's how I feel. If anybody wants to ruin the show, if they have read it, in the comments, please, put spoiler, and then, put give me and the other commenters and the other viewers, give us, some spaces. But let us know, does he end up choosing one of them? At this point, spoil it for me, because, I don't even think if they get renewed for another 12 episodes, I think this is just a couple of cuckoos type thing, to where it's just, so much fluff and no substance. So ruin it for me. Let me know which one he chooses. If none of them, let me know if he lays some pipe or whatever. Let me know all that in the comments, but definitely put a warning if you're going to, for myself, so I know what it is, and then for everybody else who might come across the video. But regardless, thank you guys for being with me all season long. I hope to see you guys in the fall for at least one anime. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, my friends. Peace.